All right, traders, what's up? We're live. So, as we said, we're going to be starting a little later now, just to wait for more volume. So, Asia Open just happened now. I mean, it's right now, 8 p.m. Gonna look to see what we can catch here. So, yeah, it's a good thing, we didn't come at 7:30 like usual. There was no volume. So what I want to see on gold is I want to see a pullback, ideally till 3046 at least. I want to see it break this low here, to be honest. Yeah, I want to see it break this low, come down here, form a support, and then we can look to buy. See, the daily yesterday was super, super bullish. So obviously, I think it's going to go up. I want to see it come down before making No, actually, yeah, I don't mind if it breaks the top wick first. But nonetheless, I want to see a nice pullback here. But yeah, my overall target would be 3078. See if we can get till there. But yeah, the gold now, it's broken the high finally. It's been so bullish. See if we can catch something tonight. We're pushing up here. It's a nice volume coming in right now. This is what I like to see. Asia open. See if we can go out and take the daily high out right now. That would be nice. Yeah, I like to see this volume. How can I get a buy? I'm gonna wait for it to break the daily high first, and then I'll look for a retracement. Look for a retracement after we break the high. Then I'll look to buy further. But you know, we're still targeting this over here. I still think this can hit possibly tomorrow. So it's a nice range. I mean, it doesn't mean it's gonna hit tomorrow, but I think if we break the daily high, you know, there's obviously there's no data up top, but I still think, you know, we can go a long way. Let's see. See what gives. I haven't seen this volume in days in Asia session, so it's good to see right off the bat. There's no range here, so if we break below here, we do have some nice range. But you know, we're super bullish, so I don't know to where it can go. Oh, it seems like it's gonna take out the daily high right now. Good stuff. And the daily high has been taken out. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for a retracement. But this thing can just shoot up, to be honest. Look at the volume right now. But I'm gonna wait for a retracement here. Yeah, it just seems like this thing is gonna shoot up here. Can we get a retracement? This is gonna be If I were to take a more aggressive fib, it would probably be this. Yeah, let's see if we can retrace here. Wow. Seems like we're just going up. What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for a pullback. I don't want to, if you're going to buy over here, where are you going to put your stop loss? 70 pip stop. I'll be patient. Did you catch any trades today? No, I missed the buys this morning, man. To be honest, I called this move over here. This retracement right over here, I called it like to a T. But once this 15 closed bullish, I was just waiting for a bottom wick to form. And, we just shot up, so I missed it, man. It was a nice 170, 180 pips. Crazy. Happens, you missed a move sometimes. Can't do anything about it. Part of the game. Where's AS Banks? He's coming soon. Patient here. I really want to see it take these lows out over here. I know a lot of people have their stop loss over here. See it take out the lows and then look to buy. Oh, nice. Nice retracement here. The big fib that we have over here would be like this one, but I don't see much of I don't think it's going to retrace to this fib here. Yeah, it's just too big of a fib. If it were to take these lows out, I think it's gonna go up after. I'm looking forward to traveling, streaming from other countries. That's gonna be sick.
I understand 95% this traded me and no surprise. But he traded you. I see, man. No problem. Go, let's go.
Waiting here. 80% of trading is waiting. Gotta wait for the right moment to pounce. While waiting, I just watched the game at the same time. Oh my god. Oh man, seems like we just don't want to retrace here. Just keep shooting up. See if we get a closure above here. See what happens. Damn, bro, this is hella bullish, man. No retracements at all. Couldn't even enter here. Like this was barely a 38, to be honest. If you took this fib here, oh, this one was a 50. Damn. Damn, this is super, super aggressive right now. Probably gonna go until here at least. Damn. Let's wait for this 30 to close above the range. I know that something's gonna give after this 30. There's a lot of people are gonna be buying, so see how it reacts. Daily lesson 365. Hi, bro. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Are you waiting for this 30 to close? Yeah, man. I'm just waiting for the 30 to close. But more than that, I want a retracement. But after we close above, I feel like something might give. Like either it's going to fake out or either it's just going to continue going up. But now we have a closure above, so something's gonna give for sure. Asian session, where you from? I'm from Canada, bro. And yeah, Asian session. Mostly I trade the New York session because I trade XAU, but you know, we decided to start these live streams during Asian session. What about you, man? Where are you from? When you guys going to Dubai? We're gonna be going to Dubai in 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, we're gonna be streaming from there. This time we're gonna be doing New York session, so you know, you guys are gonna get a chance to see how focused we are during New York session, which is our main session. So we got the closure above. South Africa, it's actually 2:30 a.m. Damn, man, I see you're grinding, bro. That's good stuff. South Africa seems nice. I know the international cricket team from South Africa. And cricket is pretty big over there. No, I'm not sure, but it's good to see traders from South Africa. We have quite a few students from Africa as well. I know there's a lot of people that trade there. Man, is this even not gonna make a bottom wick, man? This is so bullish right now. This is what happens. It's just trapping people, you know. Not pulling back, not pulling back, and when you're gonna enter, it's gonna shoot down. You know, I'd rather just stay patient, wait for a pullback, and get a nice entry. My bias is still buys, obviously, but you know, I want to get a good entry. Sup, mentor? What's up, bro? How's it going? You had a good day? Took a trade from the low. Which low? Like the low over here? You got that low, that's a great entry, bro. Nice call yesterday. 500 pips, crazy. Yeah, man, that was a really nice call. It played out. It ranged for like a day and a half, but hit the full target. So yeah, that was a good trade. Do you live every day? I just love watching YouTubers trading live. It shows character. Yeah, actually, we trade live from 7:30 to 9:30 ish every Asian session, Eastern time. So yeah, like I said, it's not my main session. My main session is New York, and I'm more of an intraday trader. But I'm super versatile. I can scalp. I can swing trade, day trade. I've been trading for 7 years now, so 6 years actually. 7 years next year. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, and it's good, man. I like to interact with traders also. How long you been trading? How many pips are you up for the month? We're about. I mean, the quarter is ending right now. We had a super solid quarter, and for the month, I can't tell you exactly. I think we're up about 700 pips, maybe a little bit more than that. It was a pretty good month. Fundamentally, technically, there's just a lot of volume in the market, and it was a great month. Who taught you how to trade? Who taught me how to trade? Actually, I learned from trial and error. Obviously, one of the main reasons why I'm live streaming is because when I started as well, I was watching live streaming. A couple of traders that were streaming at the time, so I got to learn the basics of trading from that. But just from trial and error, testing stuff out, showing up every day, really learned on my own, to be honest, mostly. Based on what you said, how long did it take you to finally be consistent? It took me about 2.5, 3 years, to be honest. After 3 years, yeah, it took me a little more time than everyone has a different path, but for me, it was in my third year. Like second year and a half, I was starting to see some strides, but in the third year, really, I took off, and now it's been 6 years. So now it's I live off trading, so I'm trading also for 6 years. Last year, I find myself consistent, disciplined. That's amazing, bro. To be honest, it takes time for everyone, and it's not the same curve for everyone. Someone it might take them 2 years, someone it might take 7 years. But once you have it, bro, it's like it pays off really. What's your biggest day in trading? Biggest day, you mean pips in money? It's probably like a few couple thousand. I mean, probably like 5, 6 thousand. How do you stay so calm in trading? Do you take any supplements? Nah, man. It's just it is what it is, man. It's with time, that you're not always gonna win. You're not always gonna lose. So there's nothing to be worried about. As long as you're following your plan, you're not over leveraging. You're managing your risk. Then I don't see any issue to be stressed or anything. What do you think about ICT or SMC strategy? Nah, man, I'm not a fan of either, to be honest. Like I said, I've really tested a lot of stuff in trading. And the thing with ICT is that, I'm not a hater. I respect whoever is doing whatever they have to do. But ICT, he's going to take some of the most simple concepts and he's going to change the name and make it his own concept. But at the end of the day, I think it's a lot of overcomplicating for nothing. Like you really got to keep your trading simple. And it's too much overcomplicating for me. And 90% of traders they trade ICT, and most of traders are unprofitable. So you see kind of a link over there. What's the main way you trade? Uh, I'm a Fibonacci trader, man. I just I run Fibonacci, so I got my fibs, and I just do magic with my fibs. But obviously, outside of the fibs, also it's you got to combine knowledge, structure. I've been trading gold for 6 years now, more than 6 years. So when I see the moves, it's like it's the same moves that just happen over and over and over again. Thanks, no problem, bro. Thanks for hopping on the stream. We just started this not long ago. Me and my uh, one of my partners, Abe, AS Banks. So he's gonna be here shortly. But yeah, just trying to spread the knowledge out there. So yeah, just waiting for a retracement here, so we can use this structure over here. But ideally, I'd like for this low to be taken out. And if we get a trade beyond our time, then we're gonna call it in the private chat. And like most nights, you guys can set a limit or something overnight. But we're gonna be waiting for a quality setup. There's no point in rushing any setup. But we are bullish, so I'm sure we're gonna get something. What do you do to stay occupied when waiting for a trade? I just try to keep myself a little busy, whether it's other work to do, whether right now I'm just watching a hockey game at the same time. But to be honest, yeah, I try not to just stare at the chart for like hours, because when I'm waiting for a trade, if I'm staring too much at the charts, I won't, but it's tempting to take a trade out of boredom and whatever. I used to do that before, but now I'm a pretty experienced trader. So, but nonetheless, I don't want to just stare at the chart and not do anything. So yeah. You only trade gold? Yeah, man. I was trading pound yen, GBP, GPY before, and I traded US 30 also. But gold's the pair that I've always traded. So then I realized that I was making more money trading 3 pairs, but it was more of a hassle for me. I can, and also sometimes I was missing moves on gold also. So what I do now is just I'm able to really catch a lot of moves on gold. And a lot of the big traders in the world, they trade gold also, and really I'm just trying to master this pair, to be honest. So yeah, I shifted my focus to gold only now. It's been like a year now. Are you a millionaire? No, not yet. Why do you use fibs so much? I see tons of fibs on your charts. Like I said, man, fibs are my tool. So yeah, fibs. I've always used fibs since I started trading, so I just to others, like, my charts might seem messy at times, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what others think on your charts. If like you're showing someone how to trade your style, like, they're gonna understand what you're doing. But let's say if I'm posting on Twitter or Instagram and someone is like, your charts are messy, what can I do? It makes me money. So at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Not yet is a kind of, yeah. I'm a humble guy, man. I love to trade, to be honest. Obviously, we all want to make money, but just the trading aspect is more fun than anything. Thanks again for teaching me, man. I've been with you for 2 years now. Changed my, yeah, man. Don't worry, man. Thanks to you, man, for staying dialed in. A lot of people, before even like going online, I taught a lot of people just surroundings from people who heard that I trade and everything. But a lot of people are not serious. Like, they're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they're not really focused. Like, there's a lot of mentors out there. I know that there's a lot of scammers or whatever out there also, but at the end of the day, like, the most important thing is you need to focus. Like, if someone is teaching you something, like, they can't make you a profitable trader. You can learn as much as you can from them, but you have to put in the effort yourself. The goat of trading. Appreciate it, man. I'm nowhere a goat, man. There's a lot of big traders in this game. I'm just a trader in my own world. But I appreciate the kind words, sir. Are we going to get a retracement here? I know a lot of people are going to be going break and retest here. So this is something I'm going to avoid at all costs. Might just pull down till here. Give a bit of hope to traders, tag in everyone, and then just shoot down after. Liquidity is super important.
Bhai.
There he is, Xauusd Banks, the
Bro,
partner,
stop
my
flashing.
partner that I was talking about.
Did I get their entry?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah, bro?
No, I'm joking, brother.
Yeah, yesterday we called the 500 pips trade. It's crazy. We're looking for entries currently during the Asian, because we know it's gonna fly. Like the previous daily was hella bullish. Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, brother.
J'ai recordé une sale vidéo, je pense, frère.
Huh?
J'ai recordé une sale vidéo, je pense.
Envoie-moi ça.
Et je pense que ça va bien performer.
Xauusd Banks, how old are you?
Who, me? I'm 24, bro. Getting old, you feel me?
Bro's becoming a dad.
It's been almost 2.
Yeah, brother.
Damn, my dog Chinny is live.
Yo, tu savais que. Tu sais, le truc d'accident à Gujarat, là? Le mec qui a tué?
Yes.
Bro, le gars qui a dit Nikita, Nikita, bro, quand il a tué la famille. Quoi?
T'as dit, répète ça? Le Gujarat?
Ouais.
Gujarat,
Bro, c'est grave, yo, ils ont pas encore
le
release.
boy, là, le boy qui faisait le gars drunk, là?
Yeah, bro, ce gars-là, yo, ils ont pas release les reports encore, bro. Ça fait genre 2 semaines.
Another round.
Yo, Max, yo, je viens de voir une vidéo, bro, c'est abs et shit. Yo, ma vidéo, it's on this, bro.
The beard, bro, looks good. Me or AS Banks? Nonetheless, appreciate it, bro. Yo, man, this guy was hella funny, bro. Another round.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's
you
actually,
following video?
well, I saw a video, bro. The family members are still waiting for the results and all that shit.
Which family? The one who passed away? Their family members?
We're speaking French, my brother.
Yeah, brother. You know, being from Canada, from Montreal, you know, we speak French, English, speak every language.
Bilingual.
Six-lingual, whatever you call it. Not trying to stunt.
It's been almost 2 weeks since this guy
Yo, t'entends?
Yeah.
killed a woman.
Oh, putain. Je mute, I guess. Attends.
Shout out to my boy,
You do what, bro? You lose?
Vinny, who's streaming.
Au lieu de mettre 7000, tu pourrais techniquement mettre 7500 parce qu'ils prennent l'inflation en considération.
Oh, ok. Donc, et je veux pas être taxé sur les 500?
What does the guy say? C'est qui la femme, bro?
Ah, bro.
Yo, this guy brought some girl who's explaining taxes, bro.
Hi, girl math.
Girl, man. You love it. Okay, next question. If you have any question, tax up.
Attends, c'est quoi que j'allais te dire? On parlait des documents que t'as besoin.
Yeah, you said T4, RL1.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro,
Mais attends,
you
genre,
guys talking about
Vous
Q4,
devez
bro.
déclarer vos cryptos. Those of you who have
Lame
cryptocurrency,
dude.
even si vous avez fait, même si vous n'avez pas fait de capital gain.
Je suis dead. You're learning French on an app. Nice, bro.
That's sick, man.
Tough language, I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, yeah. Where you from, man? Daily lessons. I think you told me earlier, no? Oh yeah, South Africa. Yeah, South Africa. Amazing. What do you know about cricket, bro? Is it pretty big over there? Bro, I swear Asia is like a gamble session, bro. You just say closest bullish, you just take a buy, bro. You gotta scalp it because, bro, there's not any major moves going on, to be honest. We broke the daily high now, so I expect it to go for at least 100 pips after breaking the high. Like, doesn't have to be now, but I expect it to shoot up today or tomorrow. Yes, but rugby is bigger. Damn, rugby. Damn, I haven't heard about that in a minute, bro. But rugby is a super nice sport. Hella violent. Rugby. Nice. But man, I'd love to go to Cape Town one day. I've heard a lot about Cape Town. What's your long-term target on gold? So you see gold is already super bullish on the higher time frame. You know, eventually I'd expect a retracement, not now, but eventually. But you know, my target right now on gold would be 3080, 3079. I think it can go till there. After that, I don't know what's gonna happen. But why? Because I see this fib over here. This fib over here that the 61 got respected. So now I think it's gonna go to the first extension, which is 30.79. So there's a lot of range to go up until there. I'm living in Cape Town. Amazing, brother. Amazing. Thanks for your view on gold. No problem, man. How do you see gold so efficiently? Feels like you made the market. That's funny. It's just experience, man, to be honest, bro. Like, just seeing these moves, like I said, happen over and over again, over time you just know that you see this move and you know that it's gonna, like, what's gonna happen, bro. Not know what's gonna happen like 100%, but you've seen it happen so much that you just execute.
You guys call this on the stream? I mean, we explained it on the stream. Yeah, it was called on the stream, but the exact entries and all that was on the Discord.
I made my first $1,000 profit from your call. Yeah, how many lots you risking, bro? $1,000 profit. How big is your account, bro? How many lots you going? $60,000 account. Wow. One lot. Okay, so 100 pips.
It's like more than 2%.
Yeah. But you just joined recently, no? 60,000 is good, bro. That means you already have the capital. A lot of traders, they lack, the main thing is that they lack the capital. That's a good thing, man. So you just gotta focus on the skill, bro. Like you don't even have to worry about the capital part. But if I mean, I know
a funded account or it's your own personal capital?
Yeah, I know you're taking our calls, bro. But if you're trying to mostly learn, then I wouldn't take those personal trades on the 60K. Even our trades, I'm not saying. I mean, you still gotta manage your risk at the end of the day. We have losses too. It's part of the game. Personal account, but I'm trying to pass the funded account with your calls.
It's possible. We've had students do that.
We've had students who've passed the funded account, but at the end of the day, you just have to really manage your risk. So, what is your thoughts on funded accounts? I trade with my personal money. I personally prefer to trade with my personal money, but funded accounts are great. Just the passing stage, the phase 1 and phase 2 is pretty annoying. But if you're trading your personal money and on the sides, on side you're taking the same calls on the funded account. Once you pass it, it's nice. If you lose it, you're only losing the price of the challenge, right? So it's nice. I like funded accounts. Back when I started trading, funded accounts didn't exist. It came in 1 year after, I believe, or like a few months after I started trading. So back in the day, you only had 30 days to pass the challenge, which was super tough, and the weekends counted also. Man, that was crazy. I don't know how we were passing challenges
Yeah.
back in the day. You know, we're just gambling.
Yo, that was crazy. They
That
gave
was,
us like 1 month to pass
yeah, bro.
everything.
30 days, and the weekends counted also. That
And you
was,
know what? People actually used to pass those. That's
yeah,
the crazy part.
that's crazy. I'm with FTMO. I have 200K funded. Currently up 2,003 and 474. So you're up three. How much is the 200,000? How much do you need? 10K? 20K? I appreciate the signals, the analysis, but why did you guys close the mentorship? To be honest, man, the mentorship, really we try to focus on a few students only at a time. You know, we don't want to take in too many students at one time. You know, it gets tough, but we do open it like a few times during the year. So, you know, once we're done, not done with the student, because, you know, obviously, like, there's always constant communication, but once we see that a few students have taken the next step, then we're going to open, you know, that mentorship and take the next students after. And, you know, we don't mentor just anyone, to be honest. Like, really, you know, I want that person to be, you know, a serious person and not waste their own time and, you know, my time as well. So
Yeah, it's important. I mean, you can also, yeah, a lot of people just learn from our calls because we send our chart analysis in the Discord. So they just learn from that too. Yondus.
huh?
Yondus.
Dusu.
I think there's one guy on Yardex on Twitch. She's dead.
No, c'est bugué, bro. Le Whitey, ça dit 6 snake.
For real? Mais non.
Yeah, c'est bugué, bro. Des fois, ça bug.
Ah, bro, c'est deux lives.
Moi,
Un
je
ex. Non, bro.
Ouais, sur Whitey.
What?
Yeah, c'est bugué, bro. Des fois, ça bug. By the way, I appreciate you know, whoever's showing up. You know, I appreciate you. Like I said, you know, we just started out recently, trying to spread the knowledge out there. So if you're a serious trader, you know, if ever you guys have any questions, don't hesitate. It's 3 a.m. I have an open trade on 900, and buy and gold buy now. I can't sleep. You guys better keep talking. Now you're hustling late night, bro. I like that. You got to buy on gold. What's your entry? Gold is gonna rock it up, bro. To be honest, I don't know if we're gonna get a retracement, but I think, you know, nonetheless, even if we do retrace here, in good hands. To be honest, should make its way up.
Yeah, I don't like. That's the thing. If you have like positions overnight, then it's like you check your phone, and then it's hard to go back to sleep. That's why I don't like keeping positions open at night. It's only.
Yeah, man. To be honest, sometimes I have positions open, and I don't know. My brain just wakes me up, bro, overnight. I don't know why, bro. I'm gonna wake up randomly at 4 a.m. and I didn't even put an alarm or anything. You know, just gonna wake up, look at the trade, go back to sleep. AS Banks, what do you see happening on gold?
Longs, my brother. But let's wait for a pullback before. No FOMO, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't see much of a pullback happening, especially like tomorrow. Like I think this fib is here is pretty valid, bro. Like this low here might get a tiny pullback. Like look at this daily, bro. Yeah, this is just gonna rip up, bro. It's not a good sign, you know, if it comes down too much. Shooting, pushing up. Yeah, man, this is not giving any retracement here. Holy shit, bro. Another round?
This guy's crazy, bro.
My entry is 30.55.11. 30.55. Oh, that's a good entry, bro. Shit, you called the bottom here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tapos?
Not yet.
Another round.
Dicta! Putain, bro. Ce cas-là, c'est fait.
That's jokes, bro. All right, guys. After this 15-minute candle, we're gonna be calling it a stream. You know, we didn't get any pullback, just shooting up. So I know we're gonna pull back, most probably during London or something. So we're gonna look to see if we can send any limit overnight. But you know, for now, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, buy it when it's just shooting up. I have to wait for some kind of retracement here. Another round. Yo, I don't know why he acted drunk, bro, to be honest.
He's retarded. What else?
Bro, I think that worsened his whatever he was trying to do, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for the live session. Thanks to you, brother. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you, my brother.
Whoever is trying to, you know, make it in the game, like, you know, got to put in the work. We'll definitely join more live sessions. Great, man. Looking forward to seeing you here. I see it's late night for you, so you're hustling, bro. I know you're gonna make it. We're gonna be trying to, you know, reach a bigger audience, you know, spread the knowledge out there. You know, like I said, I was once, you know, watching live streams also, and you know, I think it's a great way for traders to see other profitable traders and see, you know, their emotions when they go through a trade, or you know, how their character and all that kind of stuff. So
Hello.
doing live streams is the best thing you've guys done. Thank you, man. Really thinking about doing a New York session, but like I said, you know, we're really focused, like, because New York is the main session that we trade, and gold obviously moves faster than Asia, so we're super focused during New York session. So possibly in the future we might shift to doing New York session. Another round. Yo, Skelama dead.
C'est chiant, Cap, bro.
Quoi, il s'est fait
Il a
niquer?
tué, bro. Il a détruit la femme, bro.
Il a tué,
Gone
bro.
on the spot.
Yeah, he killed her one shot, bro.
Yeah, bro. C'est chiant.
Bro, you saw how fast he was going, bro?
Yo, je te sens une vidéo. Check IG. Vague, bro. C'est chiant, bro.
Il y a la vidéo d'elle?
Yeah, c'est family member. Yo, check ça. C'est actually chiant, bro. Regarde. Watch it now.
And he wants to be a lawyer, bro.
Yeah.
C'est la time qu'il est mort?
Yeah, just watch the video.
Shit. Il était sous drogue, ce gars-là? Shit, bro. This guy's life is done, bro. Yeah, that's tough, bro. Yo, the baby died too with the mom?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Crazy. I think they're gonna hang him, bro, if the reports come out with drugs or whatever.
No, they're not that strict. They won't hang him.
Bro, he just killed someone, bro.
Yeah, it was an accident. They can't hang.
Pushing. All right, guys. So, like we said, just gonna wait for the 15 to close. But we're shooting up heavy over here, and like I said, I think eventually like 3078 is gonna hit. So we're gonna be waiting for a retracement somewhere overnight, either here or below this low over here. But it should respect this low over here nonetheless. Like this low here should get respected. So yeah, we're gonna be waiting for a retracement somewhere. Look to go higher, tomorrow. The bias is obviously bias, except if I wake up tomorrow morning and we've broken this low over here, and we seem to be pushing lower. But let's see tomorrow what happens. So thanks for joining the stream, guys. Tomorrow, it's Friday. There's no Asia session, so we'll see you guys next week on Monday. and hope to catch some nice trade on Monday or some nice setup. See you guys. Have a
Yeah.
good week.
Take care. Good night.
Take care.